It was a hot summer day in the summer of 2009. Sweat was beating down my face and my skin was itchy from rolling around the grass in my front yard. My cousins, my sister, and my dog were all there. This group is my original posse, and we spent hours outside every day doing anything and everything. However, this particular day was different. We were always skinning our knees or getting other minor scratches, but today was an unlucky one for me. I remember my cousin, Evan, was chasing me. He was hot on my trail. Evan was slower than me, so I knew I would be able to get away from him. This thought quickly changed when I realized my dog, Lucy, was also running straight for me. However, she was in front of me, not behind me. A quick calculation in my head allowed me to understand I had nowhere to go but over my dog. I did the best to jump over her and to continue my evasive maneuvers away from my cousin, but that was just not what happened. Clearing her took a big jump, and I was not able to stick the landing. I jumped at the top of a pretty steep hill, so my fall back down was prolonged as the ground dropped beneath my feet. My arm broke my fall and I knew something was wrong. It was not supposed to bend the way it had, and it was certainly not supposed to have an excruciating pain that caused tears to pour from my eyes. Being the young child I was, I couldn't walk because my arm hurt so bad, so my cousin carried me inside. Between my crying and my visibly unappealing arm, it didn't take any sort of genius to tell my arm was broken. Therefore, my next stop was at the hospital, where I got my cast. This was a big day in my life as I had never broken any bones, nor had anybody in my family during my lifetime. Believe it or not, I was kind of happy it happened because to me, I was the center of attention for a while, which gave me a warm feeling inside. Having people reaching out, telling me to feel better, and ask how it happened. Also, I love telling the story of how I dove over my dog to avoid hurting her. Granted, I never mentioned the pain I was in, or the fact that I had to be carried inside. Although I hated having a cast on my arm at first, I soon began to enjoy the thing. As I was still pretty young at the time, I would incorporate my cast into whatever game I was playing, usually having it double as some sort of futuristic weapon or a club. Another reason I enjoyed having the cast is that I thought it made me look tough. I obviously wasn't, as one could tell from my reaction of breaking my arm, but at least gave me some self-esteem as I was a very shy kid in elementary school. The cast was a part of my life for about 6 to 8 weeks, and I got pretty used to having it on. When the day finally came that I was supposed to get it taken off, I was pretty bummed out. It had made me unique in class, and I really enjoyed how it would spark a conversation that would, in turn, having me tell what I thought was a pretty cool and captivating story. Overall, this time in my life was a huge milestone in my life as I had never been exposed to injury. When you think about an injury, you mainly just think about the pain of what it happens. Nobody really thinks about living with a cast on for a few months or the effects that it will have. It seemed like everybody had to know exactly what was wrong with me and what was wrong with my arm, even if I didn't know them. Luckily for me, I enjoyed the whole process and was able to come out ahead from the whole thing. It was a painful yet fun experience for me, and I hope I can break my arm soon to relive my younger days.